Well, we have approached our last page on our Thursday STAAR review, and I'm going to work on number 40, 42, and 43. Let's first take a look at 40. Which quadratic function has a vertex below the origin and opens upward? There are two pieces of key information that will help you determine the answer. First of all, a vertex below the origin and opens upward. Opens upward is going to look like this. The origin is always at 0, 0, but it says below the origin, so it should be a number below 0. Okay, and it opens upward, that means it's going to look like this. So which of these answers now has a negative number for the vertex? Yes, that should be either B or D. It's definitely not going to be A, and it's not going to be C, because positive 5 would be up here and positive 3 would be up here. Now it also says it opens upward. That means the number in front of x squared should be positive. Well, is that the case in B? No, because the number in front of x squared here is -1. Therefore, it's not going to be B, and the only viable option in this case would be D. Okay, let's take a look at number 42. The graph shows the relationship between a 1-ton car's kinetic energy K and its velocity V. It's asking you, if the kinetic energy of the car is proportional to the square of its velocity, then its kinetic energy when traveling at 60 miles per hour is about. So we need to find out how many kilojoules that corresponds to. So all that means is we need to go to 60 miles an hour, right here, and we need to move up. I like to make a straight line like this. There we go. And then I'm going to continue the graph approximately. Doesn't have to be perfect. So let's look at our possible answer here. If we are going 60 miles an hour, approximately 720 kilojoules would be the corresponding answer. If we're looking at 480 is about here, then we are approximately at 50 miles per hour, so that's definitely not an option. 320 is about here. That will get us to 40, so that doesn't make any sense either. And 1,280 kilojoules is a little bit too high. That's even all the way up here. So that's way too far. So D is not our answer either. And approximately, because they're saying about, which means approximately is not the exact number, it's approximately at 720 kilojoules. Okay. All right, last but not least, we're looking at our last problem on our Thursday STAAR review. And that is number 43. The problem says the formula for the volume of a cylinder is the height of 5 units, or with a height of 5 units can be represented by y equals 5 pi x squared, where x represents the radius. If the cylinder's height is tripled, what is the effect on the graph y as a function of x? So all of this seems to be very confusing. They already gave you the equation, 5 pi x squared. And now they're saying if the height is tripled, that means if this number is multiplied by 3, we're getting 15 pi x squared. We haven't changed x, we haven't changed pi, we only changed from 5 to 15. Now, what did we say earlier about the number in front of x? If the number gets smaller, the graph becomes wider. If the number gets bigger, the graph becomes more narrow. So therefore, you determine which is our correct answer choice. Is it possible for it to be A? No, because we haven't changed anything after x squared, so it's definitely not A. The graph remains the same? Well, no, because we have made some changes, so the graph cannot remain the same. And the graph becomes narrow. That's exactly the right answer, because we're going from 5 to 15. We are increasing the value of the coefficient in front of x squared, and that means the graph becomes more narrow. And then D is already out.